Hello everyone, Mr. Sorkin here. Welcome back to Pokemon Brilliant Diamond as we do some more of these evolutions. Today we are taking a look at Shireen Elsa right there. Taking a look at Frosslass. And you can probably tell by the star I finally figured out how to get a Pokemon walked behind you. So we're going to do that moving forward with some of the gameplays because why not? So to evolve a Frost into a Frosslass, your Snorunt has to do one of two things. Be a girl, and the other one is a Dawnstone, which you could probably get easily through mining. But there's several locations to get them too, if I could just find it. Watches all of them were just taken away because it seems odd, but it has to be in here because there it is, Dawnstone, and you use it on Elsa, who will evolve into a Frosslass. So let's evolve it. So we evolved into Frosslass, which is good, and it's able to add to the Pokedex. It freezes with icy breath that is nearly 60 degrees Fahrenheit, which seems to be its body's actual hollow. Okay, that's cool. What move do you want to learn? Hex. Yes, because it is a ghost type move. We are going to learn it. Maybe not, because these are actually some pretty good moves. I think I get rid of Astonish for Curse. There we go. Yeah, it's now an Ice and Ghost type, which is interesting typing, all things considered. So yeah, that's great. I'm like debating. Oh, there's Frosslass right behind us. So it's actually kind of cool that we can now have them behind us. And they're like, you should have done that from the beginning. It's like, yeah, you're probably right, but at the same time, I didn't know how to do it. So yeah. So yeah, how's everyone's day going? Random thoughts. I was working at my I don't want to say studio because it's not really my studio. Nearest TV station. I was like, hey, and they're like, hey, we're doing some web content, and I talked to the guy in charge. And I was like, hey, I like to pitch a show, and it was just like, he said yes, and I was like, yeah, so yeah. I'm working on kind of a small show for him. And I'm happy about because it's new reviews. If you watch my reviews, it's just like, as much, it's not going to be like this type of reviews, but I have to find new style for it. So I'm going to be watching a lot of reviews, but man, these days have been busy. Obviously we have to use Powder Snow. But let's talk about Frosslass. Frosslass is inspired by the Frozen Maiden, which is essentially a Chinese, it is a Chinese story about these like ice maidens. It's most notably known from Christian Andersen's Snow Queen, which was adapted into Disney's. A lot of people think Encanto is like their biggest hit, mainly Melina on. Oh, I love that cry and just how it moves too. Oh, Frosslass, you're so much better than Galate, but not as good as Mega Galate. I think Mega Galate is much better. It looks so much cooler. Anyway, actually, because they were doing the, talking about Bruno thing, and he was like, okay, and they're like, this is the biggest hit, just because of, sales on the disc, and I'm just like, I don't think that's what you consider a hit. That's not what I consider it as a movie. When I think of like a movie hit, I immediately, I think about a box office. And I don't know if she meant what she said. It's just like, that's not really what people think when they say biggest hit. Yeah, in terms of record sales, yeah, it's true, but it's like not in terms of like its biggest hit, because let's face it, a pandemic kind of happened that ruined its woo. Okay, Hex is no wrong move. Hex is more effective against the side deck. Good to know. I should not have done that. What a push. So yeah. Hex. Just go for Hex. Speaking of Hex, I should really watch some Ben 10. I know it's an odd connection, but there's a villain called Hex. There's also a villain called Charmcaster. Ooh, that does a lot more damage than I was expecting. This echoey effect is cool, right? Because I have a bottle of Mountain Dew. I am your father. I'm really interested to see how this actually turns out close. But somehow we survived the Psyduck slaughter, so that's good. I called the Psyduck slaughter. I like the general name of that, the Psyduck slaughter. It's gonna be kind of interesting because we're doing essentially. I'm thinking about it. I'm looking at the schedule, and be like, oh, cool. Because at the time of this recording, my friend is not contacting me back about doing trades. So, yay. It isn't like necessarily a close. I enjoy my friend. I'm just like, he's busy, stuff happens, but just like I have recording stuff I need to do. And the sooner I get my recording stuff done, so much happier I am. Because I'm just like, I don't actually, that's not to be said. Unlike some people, I don't really like relaxing. We just ran to Frosslass right there. Frosslass is actually pretty fast, all things considered, because we're like going on a bike, and she's like, yep, I'm right behind you. Where was I? Oh, the Hans Christian Andersen thing. Anyway, even like the idea of the Ice Main is very popular. This is really evident in stuff. Yeah, so if you want context in this stuff, watch Kodak's thing on What's a Yokai, because he did the Frost Maiden Yokai episode, which I really like those episodes of it. I thought their Uncle Shredder episode was funny. Not as informative as I wanted it to be, but it was interesting. But no, this is also evident in this really famous book. You might have heard of it. It's called Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, where essentially you have the evil queen who is an ice queen. So the idea of the frozen maiden is not that uncommon. Now, it depends on like what it is. It's like that's obviously a kimono right there. You can tell by the two staffs, and it's really cool. I really like this evolution for Snowrun. I think it's really cool. But at the same time, it's obviously a kimono. But it's meant to be like, oh, I don't like saying this trope because they're essentially like sirens. They're trying to bring people in to eat them. You should see my hand movements because I speak with my hands. Sometimes they bring them in to eat them. Because that's just how I communicate, I guess. We're going to do Ice Shark if you haven't used that move. But I really do like this evolution. It's one of the best evolutions added to the game, but that's not saying much because all the evolutions add here, including Madam Lickington. It's Madam Licky, sorry. Sir Lickington is the Lord. I have not encountered a Lord Lickington yet. I wouldn't be able to name him Lord Lickington. I would just call him Lickington. And I'd be like, he is Lord Lickington. Oh, Frosslass is just so awesome. Internet, you've probably done your job with this, haven't you? I'm afraid to look it up. I really am. Human Frosslass. Frosslass, you have to look for it, but it just exists, and it's actually tasteful. From what I see. So good job. I'm always afraid of, especially fan art. It's just like, sometimes stuff I don't need to see. But yeah, an exciting news that was completely ignored by any of my Twitter stuff that I follow. So I follow this channel called Raccoon Crave. They didn't even report on it yet. Young Justice coming back on March 31st, and I'm kind of apathetic. I think maybe I need to rewatch all of it. In a degree. I do have to review it for the show, but it's like they're in arcs. They're clearly in arcs. Arc 1 was not Artemis, was Superboy and Lagan, Miss Martian. Arc 2 was Artemis, and then Arc 3, which is my favorite, is Zatanna. I love Zatanna as a character. So I guess bias. Of course, away. So I agree with Cisco about his statement on which one he date. So yeah. Lester was pretty interesting. I like Child. Child was a good antagonist. But going forward, next one's Aqualad. I think maybe Rockets will finish the season. Because it's hinted that her stuff will deal with Apocalypse. And I really want to see Nightwing stuff. I think Nightwing is a really cool character. And heck, this season might go past 26 episodes. I doubt it. Because it seems like there's a story going forward, but it's just like at the same time, nah. I love you, Frosty. She appears very happy. That's good. That's good to know. It's a starting. So we're gonna do 2 more battles just because Or no, because it was a minute, so when it gets to 12, I'll be like, that's the end. Because I need to edit, and then I need to finish Legends. I've been watching Legends Season 7. And guess what? It's good when it's not being a comedy. And because the comedy is not that good. But I'll talk more about that when I review it, but I'm on the last episode. I'm going to watch it, even though it felt like the last episode would have made a great finale. If I didn't know that last episode was happening and that was in the finale, I would have been last episode. I'd be like, yeah, that's a good way to end it. Also, completely random on this one. Sorry, I belched a lot on a microphone, and I do apologize for that. I'm trying to be better about it. Green Eggs and Ham Season 2 with the second serving, which I saw the trailer for, and I was like, huh. Doesn't look that good. It's coming out on April 8th. And that's the same week as Sonic the Hedgehog 2. And I don't know what my week's going to entail for that. I know my week after is going to be busy. So, yeah. Like, I know that going in. And I don't know, because it's Fantastic Beasts, man. The problem's going to be the internet. That whole week. Because it comes out a whole week in the UK first. And I'm going to be so tortured and be like, all right, what's going to happen? But yeah, I stand Frosslass. I really do stand Frosslass. Frosslass is kawaii as a human, I think, so. I'm going to do one more fight. Kawaii means cute in Japanese. And these fan art are actually pretty tasteful. That was just kind of ugly, but they're really tasteful. I'm glad. Thank you, Internet, for not going creepy. That one's kind of creepy, but they haven't gotten completely creepy yet, so good job. I know how creepy can be. So, I'm deciding what the next one's gonna be. If my friend contacts me, he'll be like, oh, all of a sudden this will be Frosslass, which I doubt. Actually, do some hunting later today because I need to find a luxury. I'm gonna see if we can find memory for me, and then we can just do truth. But actually, I think that's gonna do it for now. Be sure to comment, subscribe for Frosslass. Till then, we'll see you guys next time, and I haven't decided yet at the moment, so we'll see where it takes us. Till then, bye bye.